Welcome to my channel. Back with another movie recap. This is a drama, mystery, and romance genre movie and it has 6 IMDb rating. The name of the movie is Flowers in the Attic and release year is 2014. The movie is based on 1979 Gothic novel by V.C. Andrews and it has been nominated from different film festivals. The film is story of 4 children who live in an attic chamber under strict rules of their heartless grandmother. During their life in the attic, 2 of the siblings fall in love. To find out more about the film story, bear with me until the end. I hope you enjoy watching my recap. And as quick reminder, this video contains spoilers. Christopher and Corinne Dollanganger had 4 happy kids in 1957, 14-year-old Chris, 12-year-old Kathy, and 5-year-old twins Carrie and Corey. Once Christopher is killed in a vehicle accident, their lives are turned upside down and they are forced to take on a lot of debts. After 4 months, Corinne says they're packing up and heading to Virginia to stay with her affluent family. She tells her kids that she altered her surname since she and her biological parents were separated. When they arrive to Foxworth Hall, the kids are confined to a tiny attic chamber by their gloomy, claustrophobic, and heartless grandmother, Olivia. The following day, Olivia gives the kids a set of rules that include no leaving their attic under any circumstances. Corinne reveals that her dad Malcolm disinherited her and Christopher because she ran away with her biological half-uncle, Christopher, her father's younger half-brother. She says she'll convince her dad of forgiving her, then introduce him to the kids so they can all reside in peaceful harmony at Foxworth Hall. As Corinne initiates to appreciate her great fortune and develops to connect with her dad's attorney, Bart Winslow, she spends less time in the attic. She tells them that even if their grandfather agrees to forgive her, she still won't let kids see him since she lied and said she didn't own any kids. Over the course of the following year, Corinne's visits dwindle to a trickle. The twins' growing has been significantly delayed because of their isolation from the outside world, whilst Kathy and Chris are only now reaching adolescence. Kathy is putting on a new bra when Chris sneaks in on them by mistake. Olivia sees them and threatens to shave Kathy's head as a form of punishment, calling them those who are sinful. Chris tries to prevent her from cutting Kathy's hair, but Olivia threatens with starving them for an entire week in case he doesn't do it. Kathy and Chris defy the order and feed the twins all the food they have left, drinking just water themselves. Olivia finally gives in and gives them a container of food, but the next day Kathy discovers grease in her hair. Chris says to her he thinks she is lovely but it's terrible to be thinking of her that way as he grudgingly trims her hair. Corinne hasn't been around in a while and a further year has passed. After realizing that their mom has left them, Kathy and Chris make preparations to leave. Corinne comes back from her honeymoon across Europe to share the happy news that she and Bart have tied the knot. She seems ignorant to the twins' degeneration and unhappy that the kids aren't more enthusiastic. Shortly thereafter, Olivia presents the kids with a plate of sugar-dusted donuts, saying she brought them as a present from their mom. When Chris insists on being addressed by his given name instead of boy, Olivia smacks him with a whip. Kathy cares to his injuries and confesses her worry that she may lose him. Chris reassures her that he is safe and the 2 of them share a passionate kiss. Chris tells Olivia that she's been correct in calling them the devil's spawn as Olivia brings them their supper and begs her to forgive them. After she walks away, Chris discloses his plan to make a wooden replica of the attic key by casting it in soap. Kathy and Chris are finally enabled to get out of the attic, so they start stealing cash from their mom's chamber so that they can take a train to freedom. On one of her nighttime raids, Kathy sneaks up on a sleeping Bart and gives him a passionate kiss. When Chris is older, he observes his mom and Bart discussing a vision in which a young woman with blonde hair enters the room and kisses Bart. Chris approaches Kathy furiously, but she insists the kiss was accidental and that she was only being curious. She kisses Chris, and then they have sexual relations. Chris confesses Kathy he loves her and will never fall for anyone else when she recommends they go to Florida. Corey doesn't feel well, Carrie says abruptly. Corey's illness gets more and more apparent. Kathy informs Olivia and Corinne that her ill brother Corey has to go to the doctor immediately, and she threatens her mom with violence if she doesn't. The following day, Corinne informs them that Corey passed away from illness and has now been laid to rest. Kathy and Chris, heartbroken by Corey's loss and afraid for their safety, resolve to flee with their life savings and as many jewelry as they're able to carry. They find out that Corinne and Bart ran away Foxworth Hall while searching for treasures. Chris overhears a waiter and a maid discussing Olivia's poisoning of the attic for killing the mice and their grandfather's death 7 months earlier. Kathy reveals to Chris that the toxic substance was actually in the powdered sugar that topped the donuts, demonstrating how Corey's little mouse passed away after consuming one. When Olivia arrives to reclaim their key, Chris holds her down for sufficient time for Kathy and Carrie to make their getaway. Olivia gives pursuit, but she quickly gives up as Chris locks the door and switches off the lights. They disregard Olivia's claims that their mom, not she, poisoned them and instead escape via an open window. While attempting to flee, they are confronted by the butler, who immediately recognizes them as Corinne's offspring. Shockingly, he cuts the power to the electric fence and orders them to escape. Chris reassures her that their struggle is finished as they catch the train to Florida. Kathy makes a vengeance oath against their mom. That was recap of Flowers in the Attic. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the recap, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to not miss videos like this.